Gravity.
Not gravity. Friction. Gosh, friction is all that. One's friction, what's the other one?
Compression.
Not compression.
Force.
What do you with the scissors?
Cut.
What force
Yes.
is
Down low.
shear, right? So one is friction. The other one is shear. Okay? Right? Okay. So the friction force is basically the nail being driven into the material. Okay, so it's basically clamping it around the shank. So that's your friction force. Shear then is what holds the position, or holds the nail, the material from sliding back and forth, right? Because I can't end up, in order for me to move this piece of wood, okay, so say these are two pieces of wood, if I want to pull this top side this way, I'd actually have to shear this off, cutting the metal in half, right? And if I could do that, I'd be pretty strong, okay? So at this point, if I only have one nail in here, it still can move around in a circle, right? So that's why you have those two axes, or put a second nail in, so it doesn't twist on you, okay? So again, you have friction and shear. What is the system used for measuring nails again? The penny, right? Okay, so we have the penny system. What is the symbol?
Lowercase d.
Lowercase d. Okay, now remember, these are for nails. These are for just regular nails. A lot of times when you go to the store, you'll see like 6 penny or 6 penny, whatever, and it'll say however many inches. Okay, when you go and grab those pneumatic guns, either for like roofing or framing or anything like this, which you guys have been using for the trim, when you have those will actually have that. It'll just say, you know, 1 inch brad or 1 inch nail, and then it'll have the gauge. Okay, so what does gauge refer to again? The shank diameter, right? So if it's a thinner gauge, or if it's a smaller gauge, it's going to be larger. No. Right. Look at that. What? He was here 5th hour. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. It's just one of those things. Maybe, I don't know.
What are you trying to do?
Okay. So we have the penny system, lowercase letter d. That's for, again, just nail, for general boxes of nails. Then just overall inches is for like nail guns, things like that. What are the 3 main types that I want you guys to know?
Finishing.
Finishing, common, and casing, right? Casing. So again, casings are for use. They're a little bit larger, a little bit thicker in diameter, and they're used for attaching, you know, like your door frame to your wall or the windows to your wall or something like that. Okay. Why do we? If I were to pull this nail out, why would I put scrap material underneath the hammer head?
More leverage.
What's that?
So you don't dent the material.
So you don't dent the material, and then so you get better leverage.
So you can damage the scrap wood, but not.
Yep. Okay, so that's a quick review of the nails. For screws, what is this overall part called? The shank. This would be the head, and from thread to thread is the pitch, right? So for every revolution that I turn it, it would advance that far. Yep, 1 inch. For measuring for the lengths, again, since this has a countersink bit or a countersink head, the overall length is from the top of the head to the point. If I had something where it was like an actual bolt, okay, something like this, where the head actually sits above the finished material, so it would sit here, I would measure from the underside of the head to the point. Okay? Plywood, what is the quality? How do you tell what, or what's the system for quality? Guys? Grade, right? So just what grade of plywood is a higher grade? Like, is an A better than a B than a D, or is a D better than an A? A is better, right? So A is some of the qualities, right? Less knots, not as much chipping, things like that. This is supposed to be AC plywood. Depends on what type of veneer you got on it. Sometimes you actually will get where your bad side is actually nicer than your good side. Okay, so you have different types of plywood. Again, if you want it, you only deal with the 2 dimensions. If you want a certain thickness, you buy it in that certain thickness. Does anyone know what type of cord this is called? This is laminated, right? Laminated. Yep, because you have multiple layers alternating, right? So one layer would go this way, one layer would go that way, and it alternates back and forth. Then you have something like this. What would this be called?
Pressboard.
Not pressboard. OSB, right? Okay, so OSB, which is basically all the chips. You can see here, this is actually the material that we're using for our shed. It has this veneer on it, which actually gives it the look of solid grain. And all they've done, if you actually look close, that they've routed in through here, you can actually see the different layers and all those chips in here. So they threw the veneer on there and ended up routing that off. Okay, so you have your OSB, which is common for construction grade. Then here you have your pressboard. This is, again, you'll either see this on bottoms of drawers or on backs of clipboard is the same type of material, but like cabinets or computer desks, those wood ones. If you notice, you have a flat side here, this side here. So this is your back side. Okay, fuzzy side you don't want to see. They could. I mean, there's a lot. Basically, if they lay it down, it's to just protect whatever. So it's kind of whatever data they have. Anyone have any questions? All right, go ahead, go to work.